I should floss more. Greetings and salutations and love and hugs and peace and cute things and soft things and everything you could ever imagine that is happy and joyous in your life. Well, it's a new year. It's good to talk with you all again. I know it's been a while since our last topical video, so here we are with a whole new one. We shall see what the topic is today. Oh no, not this one. Anything but this one. As you can see, it says, so if the oh well ball says this is our topic, then this is our topic for today. Thank you, oh well ball. So, since the ball has predicted it, here we go. Should I tell my friends, my family, coworkers, outsiders, should I tell normies that I'm a furry? Right away, I think we can define our terms. When we say should, that implies that it's something that we ought to do or something that we intend to do. I think the question should be more, could I tell my friends and family? Because really, I don't think there's anything that says that you should or that you're supposed to. Unless there is a very good reason that you're supposed to tell them, like you're obligated to give them information if something were to go down or if there was some legal trouble or whatever the case is, then I think you're obligated to tell your friends and family about this, right? But I don't think it's a should thing. You may feel like you should just because it's a big part of your life, or maybe it plays a minor role in your life and it's just something that you might say in passing. Then sure, honestly, if you feel led to, or if you feel like this is something that is pressing down on your mind or your heart to say something, then you absolutely have every reason to tell your friends and family. Let's take it down to a more general level. Are you obligated to tell people? No, you are not. Why should you not feel obligated to tell your friends and family? Well, for one thing that we all know that is the big anthro elephant in the room, and that is the stereotypes that the fandom has faced for many years. That could be one reason that you probably do not want to or feel like you should not have to. Another reason might be that it could be hard to explain, especially to people in your life who are maybe not as understanding or who aren't so, shall we say, up on the times, if you will. Even then, there are some people that I've known who are very, very, shall we say, free thinkers, who I've mentioned the idea of the fandom to. I have not outed myself as one, but I have presented it to, and they completely defaced it. They were like, nope, not into that. I hear it's weird. I don't like it. It's a weird, creepy thing, or they just flat out don't understand. Perhaps you're in a more sheltered household, or you're in a more traditional / cultural family background where things like this aren't so accepted. It could be seen as a religion or a cult, heaven forbid, or something along those lines that could potentially portray a negative reaction to said friends and family, which I totally understand. Like, this can sometimes seem like more than just a hobby. You know, we have our costumes, we have our conventions, we have our get-togethers, our meetups, we have our online culture, as it were, and that can very easily be mistranslated into looking like something that it is absolutely not. Really, the decision is up to you and you alone. If you feel, as I said before, if you feel the obligation or feel the need to tell them or to tell people in your life, then by all means go ahead and do it. But if you don't feel any pressure, or if you can't really come up with any reason as to why you should tell them, then there's no reason to put yourself out there and to make it something that is a bigger deal than it needs to be. Because I've seen different people who I've known and who I've been in contact with before who have tried to portray and explain what this is, but they just can't get it through to that person, or it just ended in a not very positive light, and it may have put a strain on the relationship, which I don't know why it does that sometimes, but it just does. I would like to think that there is a place for everybody in this wonderful fandom. And honestly, I see all kinds of people, not just young people or, your typical furry, but I see parents of people, I see brothers and sisters, I see family members, co-workers, friends outside of the fandom who join in on this racket right along with them, which is a beautiful thing to see. I wish it could always be like that. But unfortunately, we live in the world that we do, and not everybody is going to like it, and not everybody is going to appreciate it just like you would, or like I would. Speaking from personal experience, I myself choose not to, and here's why. Because one thing, I have already said something to my immediate family about this, and let's just say it went kind of okay. Basically, it came down to, I don't understand, and I don't know what this is entirely, but I've heard about it, and it's just not my thing. And I left it at that. That was the reaction that I got from my immediate family, and I left it. Just because I saw immediately after those reactions that it could have the potential to further and further be damaged. When it came to my friends, I have told a couple here and there, and the ones that I have told were very accepting, or they were very, you know what, this is not my thing, but I respect it. And again, we left it at that. At times it would come up and they would ask me about, hey, what have you done here, and how long have you done this, and have you tried this when it comes to the fandom? That tells me that they were doing their own reading and research after we had talked about it, which is great, but it can also backfire very easily. So I try to be careful when it comes to telling my real life friends, or my normie friends, as we call them. Finally, when it comes to my coworkers, I say absolutely nothing to my coworkers. I don't even give a single inkling, only because I work in a particular job that does not allow for this kind of expression. It is entirely and strictly professional. Because, really, this is just something that I enjoy. Something that I find fun. It's something that I invest in and that I can enjoy on my own time and not necessarily 24/7. Although if I could be an anthro for real, I would totally cash in on that, because that sounds amazing, and I'd probably just enjoy every single minute of my life if I was a real life anthro. So scientists, get working on that. I do have to confess that I do have these little trinkets around. For example, I have a stuffed giraffe and a little stuffed fox at my work. I have fox stickers, I have magnets. Maybe not. Maybe I'll have something that has the name Samson somewhere. There was one time in particular where I accidentally tracked red, white, and black fur in my workplace. I think I brushed myself off. That's what happened. And I brushed myself off, and later on I looked down, and there is me on the floor, just chilling, just some fuzz, nothing to see here. And I left it there because that was a bit of a token. I've christened my work. This has been there. They just don't know it. They can't figure it out, can they? Uh-oh. I gotta go change my identity. I'll be right back. And that's it. That's all I got for you. The question, should you tell your friends and family, is completely up to you. But the good news is you don't have to feel obligated. The best thing that you can do is just play it safe. If anybody else has any other tips or any other questions, especially pertaining to this, just leave them in the comments. I'm sure there's somebody in the comments that can help you, or you can share your own experience and I can expound on it when I talk to all of you down there. By the way, I love seeing all the comments. You all are so generous with your words, and I just want to take a moment to thank you for those. Really, they mean a lot, and your words and feedback really helps me out, especially. So, thank you very much. Well, here we are again. The outro. Sippy, sippy, sip, 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 sip. You know what they say? Anything that's inside of a fox must be good. Don't put that in. Don't put that in. Do not put that in.